Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I am C and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages for the cards coming through in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that come out in this reading for you. So the first card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. We've got some earth sign energy with this. We could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or even a Capricorn. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor card. So we also have some Aries energy with this Emperor card. You could be dealing with an Aries. So with the Emperor card up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of a desire of being able to have things under control or being able to take control in a situation. I do feel like with the Emperor card up over here, this does also feel like an energy of dealing with someone who is somebody who's used to being in control. I also feel that this person may be somebody who's actually in a position where they are trying to take control and be able to take back control. So I do feel like there's a sense of wanting to be able to kind of take back their power. But I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, this also feels like this person that you may be dealing with may be someone who kind of comes across as emotionally a bit detached. Do feel like in favor of wanting to show up as having everything under control, being in control. And I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, this could also be them also kind of suppressing the way that they truly feel, in favor of wanting to be able to show up as having everything together. But I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of dealing with someone who is stable, somebody who is reliable. I do feel like there is a sense of also dealing with someone who is quite structured. And I do feel like even in this connection, there is a strong, solid foundation because of having structure in this connection. And do you feel like with the Eight of Pentacles showing up over here, you are dealing with someone who's quite a hard worker? And I feel like when it comes to even making the connection work, this person is somebody who does put in their all, put in effort to being able to ensure that everything is working out. But I also feel like even in other areas of their life, this feels like an energy of a person who's quite responsible, but also quite diligent. I do feel like with the Eight of Pentacles showing up over here, this person could actually be someone who's quite a workaholic or somebody who likes to be able to really put a lot into their work. So I do feel like there is also that sense of this person being someone who's quite committed. Do feel like in their work, but also in this connection, when it comes to making able to see things through and make something work, they show up committed. I do feel like with the Nine of Swords showing up over here though, this does feel like a little bit of a distressful energy. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where there could actually be a little bit of either some kind of guilt around the situation, or even just kind of feeling like you don't know if you can trust the situation. I do feel like it's also leading to a sense of distress. And with this Nine of Swords, this also feels like this kind of leading to a replaying of something in your mind that's leading to sleepless nights. So I do feel like with this Nine of Swords, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where there's a desire for some answers or some clarity. I do feel like it could actually help in relieving any kind of stress. But the situation may actually be a bit stressful at times. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of dealing with somebody who, I do feel like there's a steady approach to this connection, which you definitely have somebody that you can rely on in this connection. So I do feel like there's a sense of actually somebody dealing with somebody who kind of takes their time. This person doesn't want to rush. Do you feel like this person moving at their own time? And I do feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, there is also the sense of being quite committed to the progress of this connection or the unfolding of this connection with you. I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles showing up over here, this person, I do feel like they care about you on a deep level. This does feel like them actually having and trying to have your best interest at heart before taking action and making any kind of move within a connection, in order to be able to ensure that this is going to be a connection that's going to be built on something solid, something that's going to ensure this connection is a lasting one. And I do feel like that's also the reason behind them wanting to be able to actually take things slow. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have Temperance. We do have Sagittarius energy with this. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. And we have the World card in the reverse. And we have the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So this Two of Cups, this does feel like an energy of a relationship. I do feel like there's a sense of also having a sense of, it's like, especially if you're single, you're not going to be single for very long with this card showing up over here under the Emperor. This does feel like an energy of being able to experience, being able to get into connection with somebody who is your divine counterpart. Do you feel like with the Two of Cups, this feels like a mutual energy? It does feel like emotions being reciprocated. And I do feel like it's a warm energy. It feels like a sense of being able to build with somebody who's your match, which makes it easier. But with the Temperance card showing up over here, this does feel like a harmonious energy. This feels like this person, when it comes to how they feel about you, I do feel like they have a good feeling about you, about the connection. And I do feel like also a sense of wanting to be able to have and build a connection at a steady pace with you. This does feel like a sense of also being in a space where this person perceives you as somebody who is kind of like someone who's emotionally a comfortable person to be able to bet on. I do feel like with Temperance card showing up over here, it does feel like a sense of feeling comfortable in your energy and even in this connection with you. Do you feel like with the Temperance card showing up over here, this also feels like a sense of being able to experience this feeling of peace in this connection, this feeling of being able to kind of rest in it and be able to feel comfortable, especially on an emotional level with that Two of Cups. But this does feel like an energy that feels like it's safe. I do feel like with this World card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like unfinished business. So I do feel like with the Nine of Swords, there could be something that you have not addressed or have not brought up, and it's kind of something that I do feel like with the World card showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of having the opportunity to have something be able to come up in order to be able to kind of address it and heal it and be able to move on from it. So it does feel like there's a sense of unfinished business, and I feel like in order to be able to move forward in this connection, it needs to be addressed and resolved. So I do feel like with the World in the reverse, this feels like a sense of being able to have that opportunity of being able to address this. And I do feel like it's also going to lead to a lot less stress, and also being able to have peace of mind. With the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience kind of a approach to a connection where it feels like there is a lack of groundedness. So it does feel like a sense of being in a space where somebody may be actually kind of looking at a connection or even looking at the situation from a bit of unrealistic expectations when it comes to what they want out of a connection. I do feel like they may be wanting something that they are not communicating clearly. I do feel like also with the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an ungrounded energy. So this does feel like a need for being able to be more so grounded. But with this Knight of Swords, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually approach things and be able to be more so grounded in a connection. So I do feel like moving slowly may also be it may also be beneficial to this connection, and ensuring that expectations are clear between the two of you. With the Seven of Cups showing up over here, it does feel like an energy of being in a bit of a confused or indecisive energy. I do feel like it's especially because of not knowing how to be able to approach things, because the expectations may be too out there. So I do feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, this does also feel like it could be somebody else also kind of being able to assist in this connection, especially when it comes to ensuring that things don't go off track. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have make the effort. We have passion. And we have new love. So this make the effort card show up over here. This does feel like an energy of dealing with someone who's a hard worker. I do feel like also within this connection, somebody who is ready to make the efforts and is about to make the efforts through them being able to show you in their actions. I do feel like with this make the effort card show up over here, this could also be someone wanting you to be able to kind of make the efforts and meet them halfway as well. But I do feel like this connection is worth it. I would feel like it's also one that's worth the efforts. I do feel like with the passion card showing up over here, this does feel like a connection that feels like it's filled with passion. And I do feel like also that passion being something that keeps you kind of tied in this connection to this person. And I do feel like also when it comes to your connection, it may feel like when that is an instant connection. And I do feel like there is a sense of actually being able to feel this connection quite strongly for this person. But I also feel this person also feeling that with you. I also feel that with the World card in the reverse, this may be why there's a sense of being in this connection and feeling like it is one that feels like it is almost like going through a cycle with someone. I do feel like it's very difficult to break because it's very comfortable to be in with this person. But with the new love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a breakthrough. I also feel like an energy of having somebody coming towards you within this connection. Do you feel like this person may be kind of somebody who moves at the slower pace, or they move at their own pace? But I do feel like with that Two of Cups, there's a desire for a relationship or working towards a relationship or a serious commitment. So this new love card showing up over here does feel like an energy of experiencing a kind of new chapter within your love life with somebody who's coming into your life. I do feel like with the Emperor card showing up over here, it feels like an energy of someone who wants to take the initiative. So I do feel like this person's coming towards you. But I do also feel that within an existing connection, this also feels like an energy of being able to actually reach a new level within this connection or a new chapter within this connection with this person. I do feel like it may be breaking a cycle that is no longer productive with this World card in the reverse. So this does feel like an energy of being able to enter into a new level or a new chapter within this connection as well. I do feel like with the Seven of Cups, this feels like an energy of having a lot of expectations or dreams and hopes for this connection. I do feel like taking a more practical approach and being able to actually have those things become a reality in this connection is also something that is happening. And it's also feeling like a new love. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.